Dear all, in this session we are going to see about how to generate a code from a given intermediate code. So this is a very important question that would be asked under the code generation phase of compilers. For that case, they will be giving you some intermediate code and they will be asked you to generate a code for this intermediate code. So these questions may also be asked by giving a DAG as such and generate a code for the DAG. So what do you mean by a DAG? DAG is nothing but if you have any common sub expressions, that expressions can be eliminated. For example, if you have an expressions like this. So here the common sub expression is a plus a, and that too a is again it been added with it. So how do you draw a DAG for this case? First a, and then a is added again. So a plus a, and then again a plus a is added by itself. So a plus a is added by itself. So if you draw a parse tree, you will be drawing like this. So here the common sub expressions will be drawn again and again, but in the case of DAG it is being eliminated, the common sub expressions being eliminated. So there will be the problems for this. You can expect that they will give a DAG and they will ask you to generate a code, or else they will be giving you the intermediate code and then you have to draw a DAG and then you have to generate a code for this. Okay, so first let us draw a DAG for this. So T1 is a plus b, so plus a and then b, and then T2 is c plus d, and T2 is c plus d. Then again E is, this one is T1, this one is T2, and T3 is E minus T2. So there will be one more node, T3. So T3 is E minus T2, and T4 is T1 minus T3. So T4 is T1 minus T3. So this is a DAG you have to construct, and after constructing a DAG you have to generate a code. So there is an algorithm for code generation from a DAG. So this algorithm is very important. You should before solving this problem, you have to understand this algorithm first. So without understanding this algorithm, it is very difficult to generate a code. So there are case 0, case 1, case 2 and case 3 and case 4. Case 0 is for leaf node, for doing a leaf node, and case 1 is for N2. So I am not, in this session I am not going to explain you this algorithm. You can watch the algorithm in a theory part, or else you can also watch the algorithm in separate way. Here in this session I am just going to solve the problem. So what I will do is I will keep this algorithm side by side and then let us solve this problem. Okay, so the first case for this algorithm, for a DAG algorithm, you have to label the node. So labeling the node is very easy. For left side always you have to label it as 0, and for right child you have to label that as a 1. Okay, so you have to label all the nodes. So for root node, how to label is, whichever is a maximum, you have to label that maximum value to the root. So here it is a 1 and 0, so 1 is a maximum, so this would be the label of the root. And here is also 1 and 0, so again this would be the label of the root. And for this case, this is 1, and already the right child is also 1. So in such case, if you are having a left label and right label to be equal, then you have to take the left label and add 1 to the left label. Now this will become 2 now. So there are two rules. One is you have to label 1 for a left and 0 for the right, and for considering the label for the root, whichever is maximum you have to take that. And for the second case, if both the child is having the same label, then you take the label of left and then add it with 2. So now let us find the label of this root. So here the left is 1 and the right is 2. So this is different label. So if it is of different label, then whichever is maximum, that would be the label of the root. Now what is the meaning of 2? What is the meaning of this label? That is nothing but number of registers that is going to use for generating a code. So for this case, you are having a 2 register. One is R stack. Okay, so you're having a 2 stacks. One is R stack, another one is T stack. So R stack is nothing but a stack holding a register, and T stack is nothing but holding a temporary memory registers. Okay, so these are all the 2 stacks that has been involved in generating a code. Okay, so let us that's all about the labeling of the thing. This is the first thing that you have to do, and the next case immediately let us enter into the algorithm. Okay, so what is that algorithm? The first algorithm is generating a code. You have to start from the root. So if the root is having 2, that means that the total registers you are having here is 2. Okay, so normally you will be taking the registers as R0 and R1. So these are all the 2 registers. 2 registers is involved in generating the code for this. So that is R0 and R1. So in the R stack, you will be having a 2 registers. One is R0 and R1. So this stack is having all the properties of the data structure. The top of the stack is R1. 2 operations can be performed in this stack. One is a push and another one is a pop. So this thing you should know about this.